All right. So this is another other conversation that I wanted to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about it for weeks, but we never get into it. And every time a new situation about it comes up, one of you guys aren't here. So I'm not sure if you heard about it. I'm willing to bet you have. There's going to be a new change in the SNAP benefits. All right, so let's see. What did it? Where's my? Oh no, I deleted that video. Shoot. Well, I'll play this one while I go find the other one. Hold on a second.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants junk food stripped from SNAP.
This is part of President Trump's plan to make America healthy again. Nearly a dozen states have agreed to limits. Fox 35.
New at 6, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants junk food stripped from SNAP.
Yeah, this is part of President Trump's plan to make America healthy again. Nearly a dozen states have agreed to the limits. Fox 35's Mike Emanuel has more.
The National Mall was turned into a bustling farmers market Monday, part of the Trump administration's effort to make America healthy again.
We need to lighten up some regulations that allow way more local food to be eaten.
And the administration is going further, approving more waivers allowing states to ban certain junk foods from the list paid for by the SNAP program, formerly known as food stamps.
Today, I'm proud to sign 6 more waivers for Florida, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and Colorado.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, served more than 41 million people and cost $100 billion in 2024. Before the waivers, the funds could not be used to buy products such as alcohol, tobacco, or prepared foods. In May, Nebraska became the first state to get approval to also restrict soda and energy drinks. Proponents of the waivers, including Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., say they will incentivize Americans to eat healthier.
If you want to buy a sugary soda, you ought to be able to do that. But the U.S. taxpayer should not pay for it.
But industry groups like the National Grocers Association raised concerns the waivers could cause confusion among consumers, saying it's up to the government, quote, to determine whether their goals are being met without negatively affecting access to nutritious food. This year, SNAP has served a monthly average of 42 million Americans with about $188 in benefits per person. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
So for starters, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't give a damn. To be honest with you, like why do you care about what they buy? You're helping them with food or whatever. If they buy what they buy, as long as it's food wise or whatever like that, why do you care? Like people pick and choose of what they want to care about, right? But you ain't gonna care about the motherfucker politician that cutting the SNAP benefits, but he putting some in his pocket. People don't care about that. But you caring about what they buying a cigarette drink and a cigarette soda for. How much money have you stolen though? He talking about oh, if you want a cigarette soda, you should buy it yourself, which is cool. I understand it. But like people complain and want to get in people's business or what, but don't get in everything. We don't put everything on the table. We pick and choose what we want to get angry and shit about. So to be honest with you, I really don't give a fuck about it. I don't care.
That's what Doge was about.
What?
Because you said, "Oh, you worried about what people buying with the food stamps?"
They didn't do everything though. They pick and choose what they want to do with those too.
And what they buying, what they're paying attention to, what other politicians are talking about. That's what Doge was all about.
But they picked and chose them. They didn't really go through the budget with a fine-tooth comb. They went and picked and chose of what they wanted to cut and what they didn't want to cut. They was cutting mostly shit from American people. They wasn't cutting shit from like going like the budget for motherfuckers flying all across the country with the Congress and shit. Like we paying for them to fly all across the country to take a 1 hour meeting or something like that. And now they on vacation and we paying for them to fly back. They ain't say nothing about that. Stuff like that.
Are you sure?
Probably positive. They ain't do nothing about that.
All right. Let's see. This is the Doge.gov website. Estimated savings $206 billion, 1280 saves, 1279.50 saved per taxpayer. These are the lists of all the receipts of all of the departments that have the Doge has gone after and money that's been saved after going after these companies or these particular entities. Department of Defense, Department of Air Force, Department of Defense, Department of Health and Human Services, Department of the Interior.
So hold on, pause. Did you hear what I just said? Because you just moved the goalpost. I did not say anything about that. I said about Congress people that's flying across the country that taking an hour meeting on the taxpayers' dollar, taking an hour meeting just to go from here to here, and then you stay there on vacation, and then we fly you back. I just said that verbatim.
That's what I don't wait. But you also talked about them not paying attention to what other money's been spent.
All right, bro, man. See, now you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're going to try to, there we go, when we was talking about last week. You're just trying to make your point clear instead of going to specifically what I said. You're just trying to win an argument. That's what you're trying to do.
I don't know what.
Just said, Spaces, I just said verbatim. They did not go with the fine-tooth comb and go and look at every congressman, too, of them flying across the country on our taxpayer dollars and then take a vacation and we flying them and stuff back. That's what I just said.
That's what taxpayer money goes to, man. What are you talking about? What you think they gonna pay for it? That's what taxpayers pay. That's what part of the money goes to.
But is that not a waste?
How do you think before this whole possibility of internet and streaming became as popular as it is, how were they communicating with each other? They would fly.
Okay, but the internet is up now. They can't take a Zoom call in their own state.
You don't think they don't?
Boy. You're right. That's
honestly,
crazy.
do you think they don't?
You're right. I ain't going back and forth with you. You're right.
I'm saying, like, you talking about a plane ticket and a meeting and a vacation. I just showed you how they say in order for them to
right, bro.
money on the Doge website, they talk about $4 billion saved from the Department of Defense. They had to go through individual receipts to find that much money.
You're right.
I don't know, man. I guess no matter what, nothing's gonna be good enough, I guess. But all right,
I never complained about them wasting or spout benefits. That wasn't never my concern. I just said what I just said. I don't give a damn about that. But I just said they don't look at every individual congressman about how much money they waste on taxpayer dollars too. That's what I'm talking about. But you're caring about somebody going to buy a fucking soda. Talking about the SNAP benefits, not going to pay for that. But you're not talking about all the wasteful money that the congressmen people waste and spend and do all type of shit to. And cut budgets to school too.
Yes, they do. They do talk about that.
And I just said you're right, but you steady want to keep going on and on and on. I just said you was right about 3 times.
I said I gave up too. Not gave up. I shouldn't say gave up. I digressed as well. And you said the last thing.
Bro, we look at the world totally different, bro. What you keep talking about and all this other shit, I do not look at it exactly like that. But you sitting over there like companies and shit don't. It's just you're right, bro. You're right. Next one,
right, so,
but that one right there, I really don't care about the SNAP benefits. That's something that you really care about. That's something that it's not really on my thing because people been doing that since the beginning of time. It really ain't gonna make no bit of a difference. You cut the budget for that. Okay, so now where they gonna put that money at? Because you know they're gonna still use that money. So now, okay, that's a good thing. They cut that money for them taking sugary soda. So now what they're gonna do with that money that they cut from that?
That's great. Perfect question, because that's my question too. Because the way it's being postured is that they're gonna give some of that money back to the taxpayers.
Man, they said that shit when they found all that money. Man, they wasn't gonna do that shit.
They said that situation has not been concluded yet. They're still working on it. But I think that doesn't conclude until like 2026, if I'm not mistaken.
So you really think we're gonna get $5,000 checks?
I don't think anything one way or the other. I'm gonna hold him to his words, and if he doesn't live up to his words, then I'm going to hold him accountable for it and say he lied. Which is a lot of people, when I have these conversations, think that I'm incapable of doing.
Bro, you ain't never said that man did nothing wrong. Go ahead and say you did, because we got to take a rewind. People ask all the time.
All right, check this out.
People look at the same thing we look at and ask all the time. You have never said that man did anything wrong, bro. So stop that. Now you want to try to fake, be outraged. You have not, bro. Why would I sit there and lie to you about
People don't even want to have an actual conversation. They're just having these conversations to try to prove me wrong. Because on this very podcast, I said he might have been wrong about trying to go against China. And he might want to be careful or doing too much with the tariffs.
Oh, bro, I did not hear you say that.
Of course not, because you're not listening to have the conversation. You're just listening to be God dang, I messed up the word. But to argue whatever it is, the opposite that I'm arguing.
So I don't agree with you? That's what you're saying? So you say I don't agree with you?
You just said we look at the world in two completely different lenses. You just said that.
I did. But do we disagree on everything we talk about in this pod?
No.
Okay, so you just said that.
When it
you
comes
just
to
said I look at things as two different lenses, but that still don't mean that we don't agree. I just said
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll show you a playback of you saying, because I was editing the video, and you said specifically you sent a bunch of stuff to the IG for us to talk about to troll me.
What was that? What was that? Same name. What was I trying to troll you?
I could run the man. I wish I had the particular video because I just been editing like crazy, so it's all blending together. But you literally said, I don't remember what I sent exactly. I just sent a bunch of stuff because I wanted to troll you.
I should probably sent the video. I don't troll, first of all. And I sent one probably to fuck with you. I know which one you probably talking about in the group chat or what you sent yesterday, and you didn't say nothing that's why I didn't even go back and forth with you when we was in the group chat, because you wasn't nothing like it. I guess we were it was totally, you missed the whole point of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, nobody else didn't say anything either.
But it was to you.
But you looking forward to my response though?
No, because I sent it to you because you always saying like the police. You never say the police be wrong.
You sent it to the group chat.
I know, but it was
respond. I'm the one that didn't respond. You only talking about me? There's other people in there.
But it was for you, Spaces, bro. It was for you. Because I was just showing you that this motherfucker sit up here and did all this stuff, but then nobody throw no handcuffs on him. Ain't nobody slam him on the shit. A cop actually really walked away and went and did what he was doing because a white man yelled at him.
But you said you sent something specific to a group chat for me. Because you're trying to argue against me.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So this is more information about how the SNAP benefits are changing. All right, let's see here.
In the United States is about to be slashed at a time when experts say it's needed more than ever. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, is facing the largest funding cut in the program's history. Here are 4 things to know about changes coming to the program and what it can mean for those reliant on the benefits. 1. President Donald Trump's big, beautiful policy and spending legislation will cut $186 billion in federal funding from the program over the next decade, according to projections from the Congressional Budget Office.
We're definitely witnessing a major shift in SNAP, unlike anything we've seen since the program was created.
Elaine Waxman is a senior fellow at the Urban Institute, focusing on food insecurity and federal nutrition programs.
It will change the structure in significant ways for the first time.
And to fill the gap for the roughly 22 million families on SNAP, states will have to help pay for the benefits their residents receive. Depending on the scenario, that could be as much as 15% of the benefits costs. Waxman worries the worst case, but possible scenario is states will have to pull out of SNAP because they can't make up the funding gap.
The federal government has clearly stated it will not pay for a state shortfall if they're not able to make that match. Then it's possible that states would have to withdraw from the program altogether.
2, SNAP already had some work requirements, but the big, beautiful bill expands them to include people aged 55 to 64, parents of minors 14 and older, and veterans. Now, SNAP recipients will be required to work 80 hours per month in order to get the benefits. The idea is increased work requirements lead to increased workforce participation, but
research tells us that, unfortunately, they don't really work. And that may sound counterintuitive to people, but what we know is that they don't increase work effort. They don't result in higher incomes. And what they do result in is a lot of people leaving the program and not being better off.
3. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the new work requirements will lead to an estimated 3 million fewer people participating in SNAP. And this is a huge gap that charitably operated food banks won't be able to cover. According to Feeding America, a national food bank network, for every meal given by a food bank, SNAP provides 9.
If you look at food pantry visits in Minnesota, since 2019, they have tripled.
Sophia Linares-Coy is the executive director of the Food Group, a food equity nonprofit in Minnesota.
As grocery prices have gone up, the charitable food system has expanded dramatically. And so the idea that then it can expand again to compensate for these federal cuts, it's just simply not realistic.
And with states now on the hook to find ways to pay for SNAP for their residents, Linares-Coy worries disparities across the country will worsen.
As it starts being customized state to state, I think what's very concerning is, someone in Minnesota may be able to have enough benefits to feed their family, and someone, next door in Iowa might not. And what does that mean? And does that mean people will need to make really difficult choices even about where they live in order to feed their families?
4. Another major change will be eligibility for aid. Undocumented migrants have never been eligible to access SNAP benefits, and that has not changed. However, the list of immigrants and others who can participate has been cut significantly. Refugees, asylum seekers, victims of human trafficking, and domestic violence survivors under the Violence Against Women Act can no longer access SNAP benefits. This, Linares-Coy says, will affect local communities on a personal and economic level.
Culturally connected meats, halal meats, culturally connected produce, that can be really expensive and not available in your average food shelf situation. And ethnic grocery stores in rural communities can see some of the highest SNAP retention rates of a lot of grocery stores. So there's also going to be this economic impact. And in some rural groceries, there's just not margin to handle a lack of sales.
Not to mention the fear of going out to receive those benefits.
In the past, we've encouraged, apply for all the programs you're eligible for. Some of them don't even feel safe coming out of their house to go to a charitable food distribution anymore. So I think we're just seeing a real chilling effect of everyone feeling like it's not safe to ask for help. And what that ultimately means, right, is that there are going to be kids who are hungry.
For PBS News, I'm Laura Santana.
All right. So, based off of those things, what are your thoughts? I have a follow-up question after that.
What's your question?
Huh?
Or what's your question?
Well, it's a follow-up question after you answer the first part. It's what of those things that they were talking about in the video about the changes to eligibility for SNAP and
only kind of thing I kind of got from that though is, and what I was looking at is, if you're working 80 hours every 2 weeks or every week or whatever the fuck they were talking about, you ain't gonna need SNAP benefits. You ain't gonna be eligible for it anyway. Like people fail to realize, like I don't know if a lot of people know what you got to qualify and how you qualify to get SNAP benefits or how you qualify to get food stamp. If you got any type of job, point blank period, they're not going to give you anything because you make too much money. Only way you can kind of get SNAP benefits is if you kind of don't have no job and you got multiple kids or something like that. Like everybody, I don't think people know what it is to qualify for them and what the process is. Everybody, it's some people around here that's taking advantage of the system. Like I'm not gonna lie, like we say, it's loopholes in a lot of things that people take advantage of, and people really take advantage of. It's a loophole. It is what it is. But people that really working, but other people sometimes too, they deny a lot of people too. So it's like I don't really know. I don't really know what I think about it. Is it good that they're kind of closing the loopholes, but people gonna find other loopholes? Because I want to know what the people look like that's been taking advantage of the system though. I want them to do ethnicities like to see who was really been out here working and then really frauding the government for SNAP benefits and stuff like that. I want to know that.
That's my concern. Is how would you if it is your goal to find the people that are doing fraud, how would you find those people? How would you figure out that those people are the ones that are doing fraud? But right now it seems like, I don't know, because it seems like there's a lot of people. There is no real barrier to entry to get food stamps, and I don't know for sure because I never applied for it, and I've never like talked to anybody extensively on how they applied for it or how they got on it. I just know that people are on it, and so the people that I've seen that are on it, a lot of them, they make good money at their jobs. So by that definition, they would be disqualified from getting those food stamps, but somehow they still have it. So are they frauding the government and saying that somebody's living in their house and they're going off of that? Or are they saying that they're making less money than they really are? Like what is that? So what they were saying about the certain, this kind of goes into, gives a little bit of a written description of the requirements. Put us down here. So it says right here, I forget, it's this ABAWD, I forget, able-bodied and something without disability, I think. But it says you can meet ABAWD work requirement by doing any one of these things. Work at least 80 hours a month. Work can be for pay, for goods, services, for something other than money, unpaid, or as volunteer. Or participate in a work program at least 80 hours a month. A work program could be SNAP employment and training or another federal, state, or local work program. Participate in a combination of work and work program hours for a total of 80 hours a month. Participate in work fair for the number of hours assigned to you each month. So even though it seems like they're trying to crack down on what the requirements are, it seems like those are still some pretty loose requirements. And I think for them to put this on paper and say you got to do some sort of work for at least 80 hours a month, which is 20 hours a week, I would wager that they have evidence to show that there's a lot of fraud and waste. And a lot of people, I was watching a video earlier about this. A lot of people that are complaining about this, and I mean, no offense, but they don't look like they have issues with finding food. So I don't know. I don't think those are some ridiculous requirements or some unattainable requirements for people to continue to be on food stamps. Dang, I wish I got to start making sure I do better effort in saving the videos that I see. I'm 100% okay with the barrier to entry for sure.
Barrier to entry, what you mean?
Barrier to entry, like having requirements for people to get the assistance.
But they already have requirements though.
It doesn't, and I'm not saying that they don't, but it doesn't seem like it. Because a lot of people,
this shit ain't gonna seem like it either. People gonna find loopholes. It's just, it is what it is. That's what rich people do. Rich people find tax loopholes. Don't nobody say none of them. Don't nobody give a damn about them, but they care about the poor scamming the government. But rich people get out of paying taxes all the fucking time.
Yes, you're right. From what I've seen, it's not even rich people. It's people that are, I don't even know what number I would put on. Let's just say 1 million. They make $1 million. Those people are, a lot of those people that I've seen, that I've seen are people that study the law and get their taxes reduced, or write off their taxes based on the law.
But you're still scamming though.
It's different than writing some information down that's incorrect and benefiting from it.
So because it's poor folks scamming the government for food stamps, that's not cool. But it's motherfuckers who well off who scamming the government out of paying taxes, that's cool. If
you fraud your way into it, yes.
It's still fraud because you're lying and trying to just manipulate stuff to do to the law.
You didn't hear what I said. They understand the laws of their land or whatever it is their state is, and they move based on the laws of their land. A lot of people that are on food stamps are frauding information on the application to get the stamps.
How you know that?
I've come on, bro.
You just said, what did you just say? No, we're gonna rewind the tape. You just said I gotta see proof of somebody doing something before I believe it. You've been saying that a lot. And then now you just gonna say you heard or you seen people or this and that and that when you didn't see it yourself. You just said that, Space.
You're trying to say you've never heard people
Heard people what?
How people are frauding into food stamps?
Okay, I can hear them. I heard all I want to, but I didn't see.
So what? You got to sit and watch them file the application? What are you talking about?
I'm just going by what you said, my brother. You just said I got to see it. All of the first 20 to 30 minutes of the pod, you've been talking about I got to see.
And you said you don't got to see when we were talking about the homelessness situation. People proving it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not. We're not arguing about me. I'm talking about because I said, did you see it? You said, yeah, I heard. That's what you said. I'm just going by what you said.
So what am I? With my example, we're stick on my example. What am I supposed to watch them fill out the application? Is that what you're saying they're supposed to do?
I'm just going by what you said, my brother. That's all.
And
I don't want no smoke. I'm just going by what you said. You said I gotta because you study picking and choosing when it's cool from when you seen it, when you heard, or when you know, when you don't know. You're picking and choosing instead of just going by one flat thing. That's the only thing I'm asking. Is it either going to be because I seen it, or is it going to be because I heard it and I heard great like that? Is it going to be either or is it going to be picking and choosing or when you want to do it? That's what I'm asking.
So what you're saying is, so I'll tell you what, from here on out, proof as best as possible. Do I have a video queued up right now, or do I have a recording on my phone of somebody talking about how they scammed or frauded their way into food stamps? No, but I bet you if you give me some time in 2 or 3 minutes looking through YouTube, I can find people whom I've seen talk about how they frauded their way into the food stamps. We know this. Why are we acting like we don't know this?
But it's also people that frauded about their taxes too. People that's people of the upper echelon, wealthy people that has frauded on their taxes too. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying hold both of them to a standard. I'm not just going to go and say just because some poor people did the government like this, they the scum of the earth, and I'm not going to say they the bottom of the bottom. No, and I'm not going to sit up here and praise rich people for moving through the laws of the land or however you want to put it. I'm putting both of them on the same thing. Both of that shit wrong. If we're going to do it, we got to say both of them. We can't just take up for one and don't take up for the other.
If they frauded, yes. But there's different categories on how people get out of the taxes. There's people that fraud and there's people that don't. That's what I'm saying.
And there's different people that don't fraud on the food stamp form, and there's people that do too as well.
Exactly. So what? This is how we don't get anywhere in conversations. I know that we all know that people do and don't fraud. My whole conversation is about this whole thing with the food stamps is about, well, maybe this is my focus. A major aspect of people receiving governmental assistance is people frauding their way into it and doing it illegally. We know.
So we're saying out of 100% of people that's on welfare census, you want to put like a percentage of 60 to 70% of them are fraud.
I can't put a percentage. Actually, I'm gonna look it up right now because it's tough to say who. Let me see if it's if there's a percentage on it.
Because I like to put it in percentage, because if the percentage is so low, what the fuck are we really talking about? It really don't matter. If the percentage is high, it deserves a conversation.
With this, I did see, I don't know if it's in this particular video that we just saw. I don't have I think he said with this new plan, with the new having restrictions and all that stuff, it'll save like $168 billion over the next 5 years.
Cap.
Percent of people that fraud. Let me see. The Food Nutrition Service reports that prevalence of snapping. Yeah, I don't have that number.
It's okay. I do.
Oh, okay.
It's,
So here we go.
It's less than 1%.
What, they use fraud?
Yeah, it's less than 1% is fraudulent.
Fraudulent on food stamps?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? It ain't even
I'm
really,
just
we
back
shouldn't
here
be discussing this.
I'm paying attention.
We shouldn't even be discussing this. It ain't even really no conversation. It's less than 1%.
That's
crazy.
We're gonna look at. We're not gonna. You're gonna. This is another thing that goes wrong in conversations. Just gonna go off of that number and no context.
No. You're gonna do your research. But I'm saying, if that number that
If y'all talking about it, then you guys should already have numbers pulled up. If that's a point of contention and that's something that you're talking about, you should already have it.
If I'm going by what he said, if that number is true, because I didn't bring it up, if that number is true, what are we talking about? Because we're supposed to be talking about the majority, right? The majority of what people are doing, right?
What numbers do you guys got to really combat that?
Oh, I didn't. They weren't my subject. I'm going by what Spaces said.
I'm just going off.
You asked the question. You asked the question. What percentage of it is fraud?
Yeah. Because we were talking about.
Are you guys talking about SNAP benefits in general, though, right?
Yeah. And then I was talking about how we're talking about the lower, the bottom, the poor people getting over on the government, but we ain't talking about the rich people and the other people that give away and skim on their taxes and stuff like that, too, as well.
There's a lot of fraudulent activity going on. And you know what? Real quick, just to kind of go into something, tax write-offs. Stogie and I were talking about tax write-offs and how much of that could be actually scam. If you look up at tax write-offs is $2.1 trillion. All of that can't be, and I know that's way more than the SNAP benefits. So if you look at tax write-offs, I know a lot of that has to be fraudulent. Nobody even talks about that.
But that's what I'm saying, though. If we're going to talk about what poor people are doing, how poor people are scamming, you got to talk about the rich people, too. That's what I said from the beginning. I didn't say that, Spaces?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant to say. If we're going to do, because that's just like, to me, right? When me and you argue about helping student loans with their student loan debt, but it's okay for them not to help student loans, but it's okay to bail out companies and all this other companies when companies need the government assistance and stuff. I don't think that, no, I'm not with that. If you're going to do one for the other, you got to do both to me, or don't do nothing at all. I'm cool with you not doing nothing at all, but just don't give one and leave the other people hanging and drying. That's how I look at this for this right here, what you just said too about the SNAP benefits. If we're going to be trying to cut fraud about the SNAP benefits and all this other shit, okay, we need to get them rich motherfuckers who lie and shit on their taxes and do all this tax fraud. And I don't know all the numbers in Pacific. I'm just going off my common sense of how I think about shit. Because people love to get on the poor about what they do because they're poor. But don't nobody say a goddamn thing about rich people getting over on every fucking thing that they do.
I just pulled up the Doge.gov website, and you said that wasn't good enough information.
What?
I pulled up the Doge.gov website, and it was specifying the Department of Defense, Department of Health and Human Services.
No, but I was talking
billions of dollars with that.
Spaces, I ain't gonna go back. I ain't gonna argue with you because I don't want to be like we own two different things and we just arguing all day. I'm just talking about they pick and choose of what fraud that they want to focus in on and all that stuff. That's my main thing is they pick and choose on what fraud they want to focus in on. But they not focused on the fraud and shit that the congressmen do, the governor do, how they just overspend on money. We talk all the time. Me, you, and Jay talk all the time about Brandon Johnson overspending on that bullshit ass haircut that he was doing. Right?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
Yeah.
So no, I'm talking about you need to go through a fine-tooth comb with all of them because I know all of them do bullshit spending.
That's what I showed you an example of on the Doge.gov website.
What Spaces? I was wrong. You was right. I was wrong. I agree with you. You was right. I was wrong. I'm not sitting up here for the go like, no, it's a waste of time doing all that. But I think we're saying the same thing. But I think you're looking more at the poor, and I want to look more at the rich too. I think that's what we're having a disconnect.
I had a question though, real quick. Like when we talk about SNAP benefits and people who are frauding the system, who else do that benefit? I mean, because it's not cash. And we talk about SNAP benefits, so who else do that benefit?
I don't.
Farmers. It helps farmers. You know, I'm just saying in general, SNAP benefits is food. It's a credit, right? So it's a food, it's a credit. That means in general, if you know you have how much did you say that the people those just saying that it's fraudulent or it could save?
When it like $1,200 per taxpayer?
Yeah, it's like $1,280 right now.
It's like
$1,200 a tax person, a taxpayer. That's gonna save us $1,200 a tax person.
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting. I know some people. Oh, it's loud. My bad. I'm mute.
So let's see here. So just because we mentioned it, oh dang, I can't. Some music on this.
Is music on or what you're trying to look at?
Yeah. Shoot, dang, I wish I could. Because I was speaking of like an example of a person who was abusing the food stamp program. We talked about a lady on here that was getting like $8K a month in food stamps.
Yeah.
And the government cracked down, and now she ended up getting like 88. It went from like 8K down to $88 a month.
And I'm with you on that. Look, I'm rocking with you. I agree with that. If you're frauding the government for that, but I'm saying don't just look at poor people. I hate when everybody on the jump on the poor, but don't nobody say shit about the fucking rich, and they just get richer.
Okay, all right. Let me see. All right.
Real quick, you say it's 12. I'm sorry, we keep cutting in and out. You say it's $1,200 a taxpayer.
His audio is breaking up for me.
No, I think you said it was $1,280 per taxpayer, every day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He just muted
That's
himself.
it. Yeah, I know. I said that's it. It's loud because I got a tractor right there. So.
Hey, this is dope, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit is dope and fly. We need to all be out in the elements doing this shit. Like that shit is fly right there. That's fly as fuck. Now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be in the elements doing this shit.
Real quick, they went up on the that shit. It's $10 a head now, basically.
What, to get on the tractor?
Yeah. It used to be $3, bro. So they went up.
Hey, boy, that diesel up now.
Hell no, that diesel been the same price, man. That's people price gouging.
Hey, man, them SNAP benefits gotta go, man. He gotta charge more because he ain't get no more SNAP benefits.
Hey, I wish you could use SNAP out here, boy. Look. What? I'll find somebody SNAP benefit guy, get you flying, and you know who that's gonna help? All these wonderful farmers out here. Keep them employed because ultimately it's a credit, though, right? SNAP benefits is a credit. So what I'm saying is, you take away the SNAP benefits for even those who do qualify. You take away the SNAP benefits, right? For those who qualify. And what happens is, what's going to happen to your food? Your food, I guarantee they're going to have to pass that cost to somebody. And they're going to pass it to regular consumer, people who don't use SNAP like you and I. So I can guarantee you that's going to go up. Farmers are going to have problems producing certain things or whatever. So that's kind of my idea of it. Again, I don't believe people should be frauding, but I think it's other fraud that they definitely could look in. I think they're doing the low-hanging fruit thing and trying to go for the easy thing and, deal with poor people. When honestly, I believe that one of the things that they could be looking into is when I say early write-off, tax write-off. Tax write-off is crazy. It's people that go on excursions and have these big ass, they go out and eat, at steakhouses and shit for a group. You don't need that for a tax write-off. Y'all can have choke sandwiches at the job. So that's my thoughts when you talk about, what people are doing as far as SNAP benefits.
And that, I agree to an extent. The thing about that, though, is that's not exclusive to only rich people.
What?
The tax write-offs, that's not exclusive to only rich people.
When it comes to tax write-offs, it's not exclusive, but the people that benefit the most are rich people. That's the reason why it's there. I rarely know anybody who's doing outside of like maybe some school stuff. You know, you got some kids from school or whatever. But normally people like, let's say for instance, we talk about the people who actually qualify for the SNAP benefit. Do you think a lot of them are doing or are utilizing tax write-off?
I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. Y'all go on to the next subject whenever you're
Yeah, I just think like when it comes to that, and like any one of the three of us could create a business and make the stuff that we do on a regular day basis a tax write-off through the business.
People did that with PPP loans, bro. People created fake businesses and everything for PPP loans. And
yeah, don't do it fraud.
Well, they did. A lot of people did, and most people didn't get caught. So
they extended the statute of limitations for that.
Okay, but I mean, there's millions upon millions. You can literally type in anybody's name and see who did it. It's millions upon millions of people that actually are participants of that. And then not only that, bro. Let's be honest. A lot of that shit was done through companies. You know, they kind of hid behind a company name or whatever. Like we was talking about. I don't know if we talked about it on here, but Loretto Hospital. Hospital. The one guy, you know what I'm saying? He puts in for $900 million worth of aid, PPP aid, at Loretto Hospital. Loretto's raggedy as fuck. You don't need, y'all need to be closed down.
Y'all need to close down.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Go ahead, man. I'm just, I am listening. I'm just trying to.
No, but that's what I'm saying on you. I'm agreeing with you on fraud. Fraud is fraud. We need to get rid of that shit because it's costing us. But I'm just don't like it when we only do it for the poor. We don't want to do it for the rich. We don't want to look at the rich and say you're frauding, you're doing this, you're doing that. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves, man. Fuck, let's go with the big man too. Don't just go for the little guys, the low, like JV, they say, the low hanging fruit. I don't like that.
I think, and I'm not. I want to clarify that I'm not disagreeing with you. I think the rich people get hit with, like, I don't even know how to phrase it, but get hit with tax evasion claims or like court cases or getting sued or whatever all the time. They just do a better job of keeping it under wraps. Like instead of it being like a major news story, it's just something that they keep under wraps. And I owe this much, or they may fight against it, but I owe this much, pay it, or whatever the case. And again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I know for a fact that it's out there and it's not talked about as much, so people think that it doesn't happen as much. Definitely happens. It definitely happens.
Oh, okay. So we on the same page with a lot of people talk about a lot of things, but it's still happening, right? So do you believe? So what about the celebrities who help out with the homeless?
I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know what I don't know. Anybody can say anything.
But okay,
but I don't see it.
But then what about you don't? Okay, so since we don't see the thing with the rich people and you talking about they hide it, so if we don't see it, we don't see it. We don't know what they don't know. Can we use that same logic?
If you want to.
But you just said, oh, that don't mean because you don't see it, that don't mean that they're going. They just know how to keep it on the wraps.
I see what you're trying to draw equivalencies. I'm not. I even in the past conversation, I said that they can be doing it if they want, again, on both ends. Let the evidence speak for itself.
So we're gonna just go by let the evidence speak for itself. So we ain't see it. That means you probably didn't do this shit.
You people can give you the benefit of the doubt at the very least. That's what I do. I don't know. I could go on the No Key podcast right now on this live stream and say I put 40 hours into charity work last week. Okay, what after that?
You put 40 hours until I prove that you didn't do it. Hey, that's what you told me. That's why I always say that's what they told me. But then again, we had this same conversation too, Spaces, when we were talking about the January 6th looters and Hunter Biden. When I say we saw them going there, so we think that was worse than what we know what Hunter Biden did. But you said Biden did what Biden did, what Hunter Biden did was worse. And you say I can't prove it, but I just know he did something worse. So we can bring up stuff people each other said all day. We contradict ourselves all day. So we don't?
And I think anybody can force a contradiction into someone's rhetoric.
How? No. I'm not forcing anything. We just do it until we think about it. Then it's up to you to go ahead and say, like, yeah, I was tripping on that. But see, but the thing about me is I don't like it when you sit up here, anybody over the world. I'm not talking, we're talking about anybody. Where you stand on something, but then when you're wrong, people don't like to admit, like, I fucked up, I was wrong. That was my bad. We want to keep hanging on that tree, and you know you were wrong. And that's what makes people mad about that, when you're not admitting that you're wrong. That nigga out there picking apples. I'm supposed to be out there too, man. But I couldn't go with my family the other day. We might go next 2 weeks. Though. You ever been to Applebee's?
Maybe once or twice when I was a kid.
Bro, I'm telling you, you should go. If you got a little group of friends or something, to go. I'm telling you, it's a nice little fun time. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
It's a nice little fun time. Huh?
I was going to ask Jay every day, are those apple trees as tall as you?
Yeah, they're way taller than him. They're taller than him.
Taller.
It probably could be about 12 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just one side. They got some more sides.
Yeah.
They got they got like 30 different apples.
Yeah. What apples you at now? What apples them is?
Shit, I don't know, man. Some I'm finna eat for free since they want to be so high. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get fraudulent on their ass. What they talking about?
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro, it's fun. Then they got this little maze there too. Which one you at, Jay, every day?
Yeah, they got maze there. It's the Hobart, Indiana one.
Oh yeah, that's the one I go to too. Hey, you gotta hit the gummy bear factory too on your way home.
Man, if I hear time, I will.
Oh, okay. But the gummy bear factory right there off I-30.
Okay.
I mean, Route 30. I said I-30. Route 30. It's right off Route 30.
See all them behind me?
Yeah.
Everybody.
All Spaces, I think you would like it too. It's a nice adventure thing. Put on your walking shoes, and some good walking shoes, some clothes that you care about, but you don't care about, because it's a lot dusty and stuff. But it's dope. I'm telling you now, it's really, really dope. People go on like dates and stuff there too. Like you take dates and stuff there too. It's really dope.
I'll definitely keep it in mind for sure.
But I think you should go like in the next 2-3 weeks when I'm gonna probably go, because after that, them trees gonna be empty.
Yeah.
So you got a good 2 more weeks to 3 weeks max.
Yeah, 3 weeks is probably even pushing it.
Yeah,
I'll be out here in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks you got to do. Because when the trees all turn all the way fall, it's gonna be a wrap.
I'll keep it in mind for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then y'all go have some cigars over there at Elements.
Oh, that is true, because it's right coming back too.
Yeah. My bad. I'm eating.
We'll talk after this.
I told you, man. It's a nice little thing. Nice little what you are. And then you got the gummy bear factory. I know how you don't like candy and all that stuff, because you like reading the ingredients and stuff, so you might don't like it. But if you do want eat some ingredients and some gummy bears, they got the I think it's the Albines or some gummy bear factory out there. They got all type of flavors that not in regular stores.
So that was at the Suncrest.
Yeah, Suncrest.
Yeah, we got the Granny Smiths right here.
Yeah, you gotta go hit the Fuji's.
Pixie Chris is all gone.
Yeah, go hit the Fuji's.
I like John. Not John to go. I like Pink Ladies.
Oh, you like Pink Ladies? Pink Ladies is okay. But I like them Fuji's though. Fuji apples be banging. I got spaces on them Fuji apples, honey. He bougie with me. Yeah, I know. You bougie with me. I know you is. Tell the family we said what's up, man.
The No Key Podcast said what up. We outside.
You got a nice little group with you, I see too.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll get into this last subject for the day.
Shit, we on the adventures with Jerry Day and family.
I know, right?
Yeah, we got the adventures with Jerry Day and family.